Aloha, YouTube investors. How is everybody doing today? My name is David Yansen. Welcome to my channel. Today is November 6, 2020, and it is the end of the U.S. trading day, and the month has been pretty good for November, but it's kind of like, in my opinion, it looks like it's going to be like September and October of this year, where stocks were trading high, we're trading on a higher level at the beginning of September and October, and then we're at the middle to the end of the month started to go down and ended the month on a down note. So just something, and it's my opinion, I don't know if that's true, if that's what's really going on, but it has looked that way. September started out stocks up high, October started the same way, and then come middle of the month to the end of the month, the stock market was trading down. So if you're like me and you're looking to add to positions, or maybe you want to add to your portfolio with some new holdings, maybe you'll find a little bit cheaper if you just wait another week or so and just pay attention to see what the market is doing or what that individual holding is that you're looking at doing. So I added to Kimberly-Clark, ticker symbol KMB, this week into my Roth IRA. I already owned, because of fractional shares, I already owned over 1.5 shares. And so now I am over 2 shares with them, and they were trending down. So they are down on the dip. So I added to them, and I probably will do the same next week unless something changes. So, but I am watching to see if the stock market is going to continue this trend up, because we still don't have a president elected, and in election years the stock market can be volatile, which means that if it's up at the beginning of the month, it could start to trend downwards, and we don't know when a new president will be announced, because there's probably going to be recounts. In fact, I think they already announced that Georgia is going to do a recount. I wouldn't be surprised at all if they do a recount in Pennsylvania and some of the other states that are still too close to call as well too. So such a little note for you there. But trackyourdividends.com is the website that I use here to keep track of my dividends. It's not 100% accurate. Sometimes the dividend date is off, that it sends me an email telling me, okay, dividend due on this day. And sometimes I have to re-enter numbers in again, for it to, all of a sudden take hold. I'm not sure why I have to enter numbers in once or twice. But they did remake the website. If you saw the previous videos, it was a lot of red, yellow, and greens. Now it's this really nice professional blue. So as my accounts stand right now, all of my holdings, even my free ones that I got from Webull and Doe Finance, Public, and SoFi Invest, my dividend payment for 2020 is now up to $380. I am now over $1,600 again on my total portfolio value, and my gains are back up over $1,100. So September at the end of the month was tough. October at the end of the month was tough, but November has sent my portfolio looking good again. My dividend yield sits at 2.36%, and this is just as is. So, and like I said, the website is still in beta. They say that on the other pages on the website here, that it's still in beta, but it just gives me a nice summary. So I can just kind of look at this website really, really quick and go every single week when I do this video and go, oh, okay, my annual income is up to $380. Oh, okay. 2 months later, my annual income's up to $400 or whatever, just depending on the stock market. So, and then down here, you can see it has all your holdings listed in alphabetical order for you by ticker symbol. You can't enter in the search bar here. You can't enter the name of the company. It has to be by ticker symbol. Same thing when you're adding a new holding, has to be by ticker symbol. And then as you scroll through here, like Apple shows you how many shares I have, what the price is, what my average cost is, my profit lost, dividend yield, and then annual income for this year. So the other thing that I really like about this website is that it shows you future value. So if I scroll up here and I click on future value summary, and it will take you 25 years out. So, and me being a primary dividend investor, this kind of keeps you on track. Otherwise, you're just seeing those, I'm a small time I have small time portfolios. I don't have the $100,000, $1 million, the $50,000 portfolios. So when my dividends come in, I'm getting like $3-4 a week. Sometimes, well, not every single week, but when they do roll in, like here in November here, all of a sudden I'm going to start getting payments, from companies, and I might get $5 or $6 a week or so. And for the month, I might only get $5 or $6 depending on the month. So as a small time investor, it's nice to stay on point. It's nice to be able to look at this and not see $1.80, in dividend payments. You can look and say, oh, by 2029, the way that my portfolio stands right now, I'm going to be getting $772. And to put it in better perspective, you can go, okay, so how many months now do I not have to pay my cell phone bill or my car note or my car insurance? So for me, this pays my cell phone bill, my dividends right now. That's how I look at it. I don't actually withdraw the money, but that's how I look at it as I'm growing toward that, 69, 67 year, 67 or 69 years old, when you actually can start to remove the payment. Because the goal for me, even though I'm in my mid-40s, the goal for me is still to try and live off of my dividend payments and not to have to sell the stock. So if you're 30 or under, that goal is way more reachable than for me, because we're looking at, maybe 20 years, 22, 23 years or so, where if you're 25 years old, you're looking at like 30 years, so for sure, if you consistently contribute into solid dividend paying companies, you're not only just going to get to $1 million, but you're looking at, a nice dividend payment every single month, maybe $4,000 or $5,000, depending on what you invest in, and if the company continues to grow their dividend. So with the companies that I have as is right now, my 5-year dividend growth rate is over 14%. The dividend yield pretty much stays the same. And then we can click all the way here to 25 years out to see what my future value is all the way out there. And again, this is just as my portfolio stands right now, not adding, not subtracting anything. Of course, I do plan on adding to the portfolio, to some of my foundational stocks. I don't know if I'll actually add certain companies there, because I already have almost 60 holdings right now, which is a lot. But I was trying to be very diversified, starting this at the age of 44. I felt that I wanted to be as diversified as possible. So I'm about 60 holdings in. So even though there are some holdings that I'm looking at that I would love to own, there are tons of great companies in there. So once you select some, just start building that out, and that's what I'm doing. I'm just building up on Johnson & Johnson, building up on Procter & Gamble, Verizon, and some of my real estate investment trust. So 2044, we're looking at $3,598 in annual dividend payment. Dividend growth rate is the same. Dividend yield 2.36% the same. And this chart doesn't come in very good on the mobile phone. I'm having to use my phone because my tablet is on the fritz, and my laptop, just the resolution just isn't very good on my laptop to do videos. But this website is, they don't have an app. It is really just for website viewing. So I'm doing it on my phone, so it doesn't look the greatest right now, like my previous videos showing desktop version off of my tablet. So if you don't have a dividend tracker, check out this website. Most of the great stuff, in my opinion, is free for you on this website. You don't have to pay for anything. Maybe eventually they will start charging for stuff for the whole website, but right now it's just a nice summary for you to check out and everything. So hope you have a great weekend. Mahalo and aloha, everybody.